Hello all my Kenvians, PapaKenn here, bringing you a quick first response to a much belated movie, or rather a much belated first response to the movie Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. And this movie came out, I think, on Christmas, so, very late for this, but hopefully this little review will help you making a decision whether or not you want to maybe rent it, perhaps buy it, or check it out on Netflix if it comes out on there as well, because I'm pretty sure this is probably the last week that it's going to be showing in theaters. Just my assumption anyway. But again, just to keep things short, I was honestly pleasantly surprised by this movie. When it was first announced, I remember being very skeptical because it had me thinking, oh no, they're just going to reboot Jumanji, which, I mean, we're drowning in sequels and reboots half the time here. So I wasn't entirely surprised if it was going to be a reboot, but no, it's actually a sequel to the original Jumanji movie. And there's actually, well, one homage, but at the same time, they actually start the movie where the first one ended off. It's like right at the end. It's kind of hard to describe. You just have to see it to know for yourself. But the little homage that they throw in was really well done. Just a really quick mention. I really like the way they did it. Now, as for the characters, well, basic plot here. It starts off with 4 kids who assume the roles of these characters within the game. Oh, and other, I guess, big plot device that's kind of the point of the whole thing. Instead of Jumanji being a board game where the creatures and everything come out, like in the first movie, in this one it becomes a video game, and it actually takes people into it. So we get to experience what's happening inside of Jumanji, or in the jungle, shall we say. And I like the way that they did it, the fact that of it being a video game. I like how they did the little video game logic. As for how it becomes a video game, literally the magic of plot device. I mean, quite literally when it happens, it's just the magic of plot device. But as for the characters that these kids assume, I mean, some of the names kind of stick out just because they're repeated so often. There's Bravestone, a.k.a. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Ruby Roundhouse, a.k.a. Karen Gillan, a.k.a. Amy Pond. Oh, what was the other one's name? I think they thought it was Moose, but it's, again, I won't go into too much more because that might be a little bit of spoilers there, but you have Kevin Hart and then Jack Black. And honestly, I think they all did an amazing job. The kid actors that are in very small portions of the movie, I think they did just fine. They were believable as kids. They were believable as teenagers. But it really shines when, well, through the big portion of the movie where you have The Rock, again, Karen Gillan and all them. And the way that they emulate the personalities of these kids is amazing. I would have to say that out of all of them, my favorite performance was from Jack Black. And really, to say why would give away a huge portion of why I loved this movie. But just take it from me, or I personally say that the performances in this movie were amazing. And the fact that they actually keep, as far as the mythos of Jumanji and the way that it works in the first movie, they keep it consistent in this movie as well, which I just personally found to be awesome and really good. Again, it made the fact that this is a sequel all the better, in my opinion. Let's see, what else do I mean, what else can I say about this movie, really, other than I highly recommend you check it out. If you have a chance to see this movie in theaters, I definitely recommend going to see it. It's probably going to be leaving theaters fairly soon, so it might be a bit unlikely. But whenever you do get a chance to see Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you're a fan of the original, because, yeah, they did really good at making this sequel that, I mean, really no one was asking for, but this is one of those cases where even though we weren't asking for it, it paid off, because they definitely put a lot of heart and work into this, I feel. And it made for a really good movie that I very much enjoyed. So again, highly recommend Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. If you have a chance to check it out in theaters or elsewhere, definitely do so. And that's all I have to say for now. Thank you everyone for watching this little video of mine. If you have any comments you'd like to say, like if you've seen the movie and you have anything you'd like to share, leave it in the comments down below. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video. PapaKenn out. It's a really bad outro. Got to figure something out here.